go. Alright, what is up? Today we're just going to be going through this truck one right here, which if you watched the George video, this is going to be the one that was way up on the mountain. Just been going through that one, and unfortunately I don't have more trail cam photos right now. I've never had more SD cards and trail cameras out there, but they either just don't work or I'm misusing them, because every SD card I try, there's nothing on there, so we'll figure that out. But to start off, I also just want to go through the premiere of how to bore sight your gun. It's really, I understand that it's not going to be for all y'all. It's really just to answer any questions and start it off. If anybody has any questions or anything like that to answer, you know. And other than that, I'm just going to wait for this to go down, and if y'all have any questions or whatever, or thoughts or anything like that, any comments, just put them in there. Let's see. You get to the range, you're ready to go. Alright, the first step in bore sighting your gun, make sure you have all your ammo out. Means remove the mag, nothing in there. Double check, there's nothing in the chamber. Make sure none got stuck through there. Up in there, sometimes they'll get stuck in there. Alright, the next thing you're gonna need to do is you're actually gonna need to remove the bolt. To do that for this Savage rifle, you're gonna wanna put it in fire. So put it in fire. Take out the bolt. You're gonna pull the trigger. You're gonna push down on this button. That releases it and lets that bolt fall right out, so that you can actually see through the rifle. Can't really see it that well there, but I'll show you. So, bolt out, rifle empty. That's all you're gonna need to do. All right, the next step after removing your bolt is you're gonna need to set up a target. I like to do just a little white piece of paper, just like this. It's a little wilted because it rained, but really all you need is a piece of paper set up against a wall. Then what you're going to do is you're going to come back to your rifle, and if you have a rifle stand or a rifle holder, that's good. If you don't, this is what I've been doing for the past year, is you literally just get 2 pillows and a blanket or towel in the middle. You set it up there, and that keeps it pretty still. Alright, so once you set up your piece of paper, there it is down there. You're going to take your rifle, and you're going to look through the actual bore of it, and zoom in to help y'all find it. So that's that white through the rifle. Now all you're going to do is you're going to adjust the pillows and blanket to where it actually stays exactly where you have it. So whether you got to pull it back to make it look up, or however that works. See how it's all in the white right now. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take off the covers, and keeping the rifle very still aimed at the white piece of paper. And then I'm going to look through the scope, and again, keeping it very still. I'm going to adjust the scope to actually match the white piece of paper. Now this rifle is actually sighted in, so I'm not going to do that. Once you look through the scope, you find the piece of paper, adjust it and see it through here, you're going to be in the general area. This is really just for whenever your scope's really off, or if you don't have the time to go to the range and you just want to get the general idea of where it is. This is not going to be perfect, so don't go hunting with it. You're still going to have to go to a range and sight it in completely. And then once you do that, you have the general idea of where it is. To put the bolt back in, you're just gonna do the same thing, except reverse order. I'm gonna put it right in here, making sure that it goes in the same way it came out, so that little handle's right there. Then hold it like that, push down on this, pull the trigger, push down on this. Oh, see, I even forget sometimes. You gotta make sure it's in fire. Put the bolt in there, hold the bolt, pull the trigger, push down, and then once that lever goes down, you're gonna push it all the way through. Push it down to lock it back in, and then your bolt is back in and stuck in there. I've gone through it. Put it back on safety, put your rounds in, take it to the range, finalize it, make sure it's good. Let me see. I'm getting text that y'all can't hear. So let me. General area, this is really just for whenever your scope's really off, or you don't have the time to go to the range and you just want to get the general idea of where it is. This is not going to be perfect, so don't go hunting with it. You're still going to have to go to a range and sight it in completely. And then once you do that, you have the general idea of where it is. To put the bolt back in, you're just going to do the same thing, except reverse order. I'm going to put it right in here, making sure that it goes in the same way it came out, so that little handle's right there. Then hold it like that, push down on this, pull the trigger, push down on this. Oh, see, I even forget sometimes. You gotta make sure it's in fire. Put the bolt in there, hold the bolt, pull the trigger, push down, and then once that lever goes down, you're gonna push it all the way through. Push it down to lock it back in. I'm just gonna take out the microphone. Back in and stuck it. Take to the range, finalize it, make sure it's good. Whatever reason, the microphone's not working, so I'm just not gonna mess with that right now. I'll fix that for y'all later. But what I was saying is, if y'all don't understand what's going on, we're gonna be going through the trail cam photos, and I'm gonna catch y'all up to where we are right now, because I have gone through it a little bit, and you know, we do see a couple good things in there. So let's start that. This is the one, if you watched the video Finding George, which is in the YouTube, let's see, which is this one, or not that one, this one right here. This will be it's going to be the trail camera right here. So this one's right above a feeder. It was honestly kind of interesting to see it's interesting to see because it's up, you got the mountain up here, trail camera down here, and it's in between there. So I'm getting a lot of activity for the position that is at. I didn't believe in it to begin with, and then it proved me wrong. So we'll start that. Decent deer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus deer. Small body. Big hog. Big deer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Decent 8 point. Honestly, looks pretty young based off of the lack of skin hanging down right here. Don't know what happened there. Skinny doe. We do have a drought where we are, so that's not surprising to see. There's a fat doe. Geez, that's a big hog back there. That's a big one. Because, I mean, that tree right there is probably 3 feet plus tall. So, I mean, that hog could be 200 plus pounds.
I don't see anything in that one. Dude, that's a big one. And you can tell he's rutting, because tail up like that, kind of dominant position, you know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a big deer. That's a big one. Yeah, that's a crazy one. Doe, coyote. Okay, yeah, so this is what I was talking about. Red stag. I was so surprised to see this whenever I first looked through it. Because, I mean, this thing is not anywhere close to, like, where I've had the, let's see, go here and show y'all. So this is at the river bottom, which y'all have seen. You know, that's where we've seen them before, and that's probably, I don't know, anywhere from 500 yards, probably. I mean, just to be that much on him, that much on them to keep seeing them traveling everywhere, because 500 yards, you know, just throwing out a trail camera and you see him, it's like, it's kind of crazy. There's a baby one. It's not really anything. That's a big hind. 2 big hinds. It's crazy how big they are. Because, I mean, if you see what that is there, and then you go to something like the doe right there in the same picture, like, that thing is just so much bigger compared to the doe. It's wild. There's that cow. Yeah, and then you eat a giant cow. Cow. That one's just a little deer back there. Got like a coyote again. Something back there in that little bush. I'm not sure. Same thing. Jeez. What the? Recoil. Got a doe on there. Big ol' hog. What is this? 23. It's October 26th right now. So, about a month ago. Deer. Hog. Little spike. He's got, what do they call him? Yeah, I guess a spike, honestly. Yeah. Yep, there he is. That's whenever I was skimming through the trail cam photos and I saw that. It was like, oh my gosh. Just like, he's moving everywhere, and somehow I haven't seen him. Which, be fair, I've only had 3 hunts so far, even going where he's been. So, I guess, you know, we still have hope, but alright, let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is a 9-point red stag. I mean, I'm not sure how much they weigh, but I mean that stag could be how many pounds? 440. So I mean, that's a big one. That's a 440-pound animal compared to the whitetail you got roaming around. Let's see. Yeah, this is 511 pounds. It's not happening. 203 maximum. This is during a drought in the hill country. They're not even getting around 203. I'm saying 150, 160 maximum where we are. that's a 400-pound animal. The size difference is just so crazy. I mean, it's crazy, which I've never noticed that they have a little slit right there. Their eye, it's a little weird. I don't remember seeing any other photos of him, so anything from here on is truly a surprise as far as the red stag goes. Yeah, spike again. Yeah, I don't see anything moving on these. Doe. Coyote. It's always interesting seeing the coyotes because you don't ever see them well, actually, I saw them, which will come out in the video. This will probably be the first episode of Code Red chasing Clifford. That's the one I'm working on right now. I saw a coyote for the first time during daylight, and even just in general. I've never seen them in the area in general, but much less on a trail camera, or other way around, I guess. So that's the hind again. So one thing that I've noticed is that this stag, it's always the females first, besides this one which I didn't even know he was that big, where he just kind of showed up. It's always the females first. It's kind of like he's using them as bait. He's just sending them out. If anything gets shot, and then he comes through. There's a little baby. I'll bet money the next animal we see is the other hind. Mother, or however that works for this child. Well, I was close. It's close enough. That is the small stag, which I guess they're competing, and he's chasing. Let's see the time difference. It was about a minute later. So that's the smaller one for sure, because you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6. And he's just, in general, he's a lot smaller. So that one is not Clifford. The one we're going for, because honestly, if I see this one, yeah, it'd be cool to shoot him, but I don't want the smaller one. I want the mature one, the old big one. Just the size difference is crazy. That's a full-on elk roaming. The one over here, it's like, yeah, it's a red stag, but he's not old enough. He's not mature enough for it to shoot. For me, at least. Oh. There's, the wide 8 again. That's not a bad deer to take either. I mean, he's sagging. He's big-bodied. He's wide antlers. It's interesting how wide he is, because, I mean, usually they're semi-wide, but this one's like all the way out there, It just looks a little different than usual. The hog, and there's taking it. So, unfortunately, that is all the trail cam photos that I have right now. But, I mean, we'll definitely be getting some more, and we'll only be getting more, because yes, some of the cameras don't work right now, but I'll get them out of the system. I'll buy more that work. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out, and we'll run it up, and we'll get Clifford, the big red stag. What else? I'm gonna go. There was a guy who asked a question about this post, which is the mock scrape post. So I just want to explain that just in case. Obviously, I know some people I'm guessing some people who watch this aren't hunters, and they don't really know everything there is to know about hunting, which I don't even know because I just learned out about this past couple months. So let me see. I'll go to the Instagram and I'll explain it. Alright, so it's called a mock scrape. You can do M-O-C-K scrape. You can do that really any. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go. Oh my nose. It's hard to talk right now. Okay. So this is called mock scrape. You can really search up and read anything about it that you want to, because it's kind of interpretive. A bunch of people do it a bunch of different ways, but all it is you tear up the ground down here and you hang a stick, and I pee in it just because human pee turns into ammonia so fast that it doesn't really matter if you pee in it versus an animal. So his question was, what's the stick for? Stick is really, which you can watch on Instagram, the explanation of it. The deer have preorbital glands here. They use it to communicate on things like sticks and rubbing branches. And so all the stick is it's a way for the deer to communicate. And so it's just an easy way. It's like a fire hydrant. It's like if I made an artificial fire hydrant for a dog. It's what it is to a deer, so dogs can pee on and communicate. And then there was also another question about this. It says what the butter is. I'll make another explanation video to that, but I just want to get that out of the way right now. I've never made a scrape before, so this might not be the best practice. This was the thing that I found first. This is called Scrape King raised scent, and it's just the actual juice in the preorbital glands of deer. You spray that on there, which again, this will all be in the video explaining it. You spray it on there, and hopefully the deer think that another deer moved in their territory, and they come communicate with that on there. And so if you look way back on one of these trees, I forgot which one, there is a cell cam, which you can tell that I moved it based off of the position of, there's a stick. You can tell that I moved the cell camera to actually be on the mock scrape. It's not really far. The original position for the cell cameras right here, so where you're seeing all the deer and stuff is right over here. It's not far, but unfortunately, for whatever reason, whenever I did that, you can see activity there, or at least activity there stopped whenever I moved it. I'm not gonna assume that it's because I put the stick up there, because the stick really, they're not gonna stop going there just because that's there. If anything, I'd assume that it's just out of the camera's range now, and so they can't take pictures of it. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. It didn't work out like I thought it would, because it's been 5 days with no activity, whenever generally I've been getting 19, 17, 2 and 16, 15, 12, I haven't really ever gone more than 5 days without a picture, so, you live and you learn in this, but it kind of sucks because I'm kind of stuck here and can't really go fix it, even though it would take 5 minutes. Let's see, what else? Is there any questions or anything like that? We'll see. That's funny. Let's see, what else? I would go through trail cam placement. Let me see if I can find a good way to do that where it won't like just straight up tell y'all where I'm at. I'll just discuss where I put the trail cameras now, and I'll probably put in the video too, just so it better explains it. Because right now I can't really explain it without giving it away. If I make a video of it, I'll be able to take out what gives it away to y'all, and it'll be a better explanation. So that'll be in the Clifford video. I'll explain where I put the trail cameras, but really, right now, you have, let's see, so this is the picture of George. There's the trail. If you go back that way, where he's walking away from, there's a watering hole that I put the trail camera on. Ooh. So there's one. Then obviously still have the cell camera at the river. Then there's also a river bottom where it should be. So here, I'll explain it. Whenever you see loading, whenever you see the giant stag, that is up the mountain, like I said. So you got the mountain here, and you got the river bottom where I've seen them. There's a point in between where there's river bottom. I put a camera on one of the river bottoms because theoretically it should be a little bit more open. It also should be, he has to get from point A to point B, and here's the middle of point A and point B, so theoretically he should be going somewhere in between there. Let's see. The water, river bottom. Yeah, get that. Yeah. Oh, and then where you see George. Oh shoot. Where you see George in this picture is, I actually put the cell camera back up there because originally I didn't want to spoil the surprise for y'all. So I didn't want to look at the trail cameras, but that meant I couldn't make the best decision for where to put them while I was there. And so I took that trail camera down, and now I just put it back up. That was probably, let's see, yeah, August sometime. So now it's finally going back up, so we'll see what's going on with George, which honestly, compared to the deer that I've been seeing, on this one, like that one is comparable to George. That is a big deer, another big 8. Now George does have a little bit of a nook, so that kind of makes him a little bit different, but I mean, that's still, like, this is still the same amount of inches. It's just a little bit different. So I did get one question right now. If red stag usually have that many antlers? So yes, they usually do. There's a ton of different subspecies to red stag, but oh shoot. Like, you see how many different there are. I'm not exactly sure which kind it is, so again, if y'all know, put it in the comments. But yes, that is the normal amount, which I've actually seen some have a lot more. Like, if you go to New Zealand, they have some crazy numbers like that. Obviously that's not what we're seeing, but That'd be crazy if it were. Which, fun fact, New Zealand was actually designed to be the hunter's paradise, so it's not surprising that you see crazy stuff like that. Let's see. Any big whitetail? I mean, there's not really, as far as whitetail go in the trail cameras, I haven't seen that many big ones. You obviously got this one, which is the first time I've seen it. You've also got George. There's two decent ones. Those are on complete different sides of the hunting area. But I mean, I'm seeing just as many red stag as deer, and I'm seeing just so many pictures of coyotes as deer. It's crazy how, and hogs and all that. It's crazy how diversified it is. how equal it is. There's not really anything crazy besides, yeah, that one. So I'm gonna put three big deer, because this one's old and mature. That'd be a good one to shoot. But I mean, as far as big deer, we've never really had big deer, so it's not surprising that we're seeing all these exotics and other things just as much as the deer. Like, that's not a bad one, but he's young. He's kind of, that one is George for sure. I mean, George is medium age. Honestly, I don't know, that one might not, I don't think that one's George. That one's George for sure, because you can see the nook, and he's a little bit bigger bodied. I don't know, it's hard to tell right now. As far as big deer go, I mean, everything's decent. It's nothing crazy. It's just all pretty young, good-looking stuff, and that's the way it's been, though. It's been good-looking deer that don't really ever reach any crazy potential. Well, yeah, it's either been that or spikes. We're lucky we're seeing so many decent deer now, because usually it was all spikes, so I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, what else? Yeah, I mean, it's just all right stuff. It's nothing crazy. I don't know. Let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else that y'all might want to know or not. Just trying to at least keep the momentum alive. If you have any questions or anything, that'd be good. Let's see. I know I said I was going to bring out the bow. Let's see. Let me think where it is. Here. Actually, I'll go get it for y'all. Just because I said I would. I'm gonna put y'all on. Or I'll be right back. I'm gonna put y'all on that for a second. But I'm gonna go get the bow. Real quick. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So I've already filmed Code Red, the next Code Red video. I'd expect that video to come out in about a week, so let's see, 5 days, so it'd be about November 2nd whenever that comes out, is my guess, although there's a lot of video. You also just got the rundown of what's going on big idea for Code Red and just the whole area in general. I think we'll probably do a video eventually, probably next time we go out there, where it's just hog hunting, because we do have an AR. And every year, the hogs are really crazy in the beginning of the year, and then they kind of drop off. Like, they don't show up to feeders or anything after hunting season starts, because, you know, we shoot them. And I think I'll do a video of that, because you see there are big hogs in there. Like, we don't got, oh, it's loading again. We don't have, we do have a bunch of small hogs. I mean, we'll definitely be seeing them. Like, if they're mature hogs like that, they're families. There are families, because that's just how it is. They reproduce so fast. So that's whenever the video will be out in a week from now. It'll be Red Stag. The series will be called Code Red, because you got the Red Stag, and then the name of the animal is Clifford, big red dog, big red stag, kind of play on words. And then here is what I've been talking about for so long. This is the Phase 4. I don't know if the name's on that side. This is the Phase 4 compound bow, which actually they consider it to be a target bow, which is kind of interesting. It has the integral, I believe it's called integral hybrid lock or something like that. Here, let's just go to Matthews and we'll go through what it is. I should just remember. Alright, let's see. Wish list. Yeah, so it's the Phase 4, 33 inches. So that means from axle to axle is 33 inches. The rest I got, Ultra Rest Integrate Mix. That was rated the best one. So that's what I got. The sight is just your regular 5-pin sight, which is I don't know if that one's considered the bridge lock. It's not the bridge lock for sure, because the bridge lock is in here, which is one of the interesting things about Matthews, is they've started the bridge lock where it actually goes through the bow. So that's what that is. Usually it'll be like that if you get the bridge lock. This bow is, draw length is 29.5 inches. Let off is 80%, or I think it's 85 actually, because I want it to be a little bit lighter. Draw weight is 65 pounds. The nice thing is you can actually change it. You can change it. They have these little pieces right here determine the draw weight, and so you can actually change that for heavier or lighter draw weight. I'm running with the 65, which is plenty for any sort of deer or red stag. This is the subalpine camo. If you think this looks familiar, it's because it's the same camo that they use for Sitka camo, which kind of interesting because they actually use, one of the reasons I like it is because they actually study deer and animals, prey animals eyesight, and find the best camo, and subalpine, this is the best that they've come up with. I mean, that's all the specifications of it. The D-loop. And let's see. I think, let me see. I'm gonna look for my release real quick. Actually, I don't think it's in here. The release is just a basic hook release like that with a little trigger on it. And one organization I want to shout out is Mission Ridge. They supplied the bow. They were the store that supplied the bow. And honestly, I got some crazy deals for it. They gave me 25% off the whole order. You got a free t-shirt with it. The release was free, and you could do like 12 arrows for 50% off. And then it was also, what else? There was one. Yeah, they had like 10% off on the site, so it came off. The amount of money I got off for the bow was ridiculous. So shout out to Mission Ridge. I'll get their shirt that they gave you. This is the shirt they give. They're gonna have more designs, obviously. This is the first one for it. Pretty cool shirt. And then let me see. Let me get something real quick. Alright. And then, oh, I also forgot to say, they also give you 1 hour free lessons for archery, just for free, just to shoot, I guess, and have an instructor, train instructor. And for those of you who are wondering which team I'll be on for bows that I use, I gotta say, going Matthews, baby. Matthews, ride or die. It's honestly crazy. I'll post some video. I have some video of the shooting the bow, which I'm just trying to show y'all right now a little bit. The bow is just so quiet compared to the one I used last year, and just shoots so much smoother in general. I posted on my story a couple days ago the grouping I had, which I've never even shot a bow before, or not before, but never really shot it that much. And so that's my grouping on the first couple tries, which is crazy. Other than that, if y'all want to know how to bore sight your gun, go watch that on YouTube, give it a thumbs up, go like the YouTube. Also, another announcement is I started Cole Butler Shorts, which I made just so if you wanted to only get the shorts and you didn't want to watch the full long form videos, you have that here. It's just I'm not going to be doing short form content on my other channel. I just want it to be certain things dedicated to certain forms of content so that you can really get exactly what you want. You don't have to subscribe to the original channel and get both short form and long form. You can decide Do I want long form? Do I want short form? What am I looking for? Here, which I'll switch it to this one so y'all can see it's just Cole Butler shorts. I've only posted 2 videos on there so far. I'm not gonna post on the old ones just because the quality of them is so bad compared to newer ones. But yes, here it is, and I've deleted all the old shorts on my other one. Not on Instagram and all that. You can still find all that, but all my shorts and stuff are gonna be over here. I mean, other than that, if y'all have any questions or anything like that, put them out there. Because if y'all don't, and if I don't think of something else to talk about, I'm gonna be getting done with it. Wrap up, I guess. What else? Let me think. Is there anything that y'all need to know? Y'all, what's the inside scoop? You know what I'm saying? Here, I got one. Okay. If y'all know any good trail cameras that are under $100, takes good quality, and are reliable, put them in the chat because I need some. I'm using all hand-me-downs besides cell cam, and it's painful. It's painful right now. What else? What else? What about y'all? Y'all use Hoyt or Matthews? I'm gonna try something real quick. I'm gonna see if I can do a what's it called? A poll. There we go. Let's see. Whatever. I don't know how to do it. I'll figure that out later for y'all. It's fun. If there's nothing else, I think I'm gonna end it. Alright. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all know where to find me on YouTube and all that. Video will be out next week. Code Red Code Red. I don't know what the title will be, but Chasing Clifford, something like that. You'll see it on YouTube. You know where to find me, Cole Butler, and Cole Butler Shorts. Instagram's still up, ColeButler.45. Really, just search up Cole Butler or whatever, and you'll find me. Other than that, hope y'all have a good rest of your night, I guess.